Good evening everybody, and welcome to my Wednesday night stream. So we're here in the auction house as always, and it's reset day, and I'm going to have a good look at my enchants today. I'm going to see how we can maximise our profit whilst getting our Chaos Crystal average prices down. So first thing I'm going to do actually is do a cancel scan on my enchants. I want to get them going straight off the bat now that we're in peak time. So cloaks, necks and rings are the ones I want to focus on. And I'm going to run a cancel scan on those, because these really need to be on top of their game, the ones that I can make for a profit, because I've got an overstock on Chaos Crystals that I'm trying to reduce down. So here I've definitely been undercut. There's a few below min price, which there's not a lot I'm going to do about for now. The ones I want to focus on are these ones. So I'm going to cancel all of these, get those off, confirm those last two hopefully, unless it's frozen, in which case, yeah, I'm going to swap over, do another one, do another cancel scan. Just have to run it a few times just to make sure I've got all of them. A little bit buggy at the moment. Done cancelling, and then we'll do it again a second time, a third time rather. Make sure everything's off. Yep, everything's off. Then straight back to our mailbox. Right, take the cancels. Well, we've got some gold to pick up there as well, which is cool. Pick those up. Pick the expires up whilst we're here. Seems we've got them at the moment, filling up the bag space quite nicely. Right, okay, that's done, that's done. Let's hurry on back to the auction house. Right, first off I'm going to just get those back on, the enchants that I took off, because these are the ones we're going to focus on tonight, at least for the next sort of hour or so. So these below min price, not expecting sales of those, it's these ones that I want the sales of, the haste, the mastery and the critical strike. Those rings I definitely want to get some sales on tonight, and then use up my Chaos Crystal stock a bit more. That's the plan anyway. So going back, just make sure everything else is on, select all groups, turn that off and run another post scan. Right, whilst that's going, right, so what have we got? All our other bits and pieces that we did have. Elemental Force, Mongoose, that's good. And already we've got a sale, excellent. Mark of the Trained Soldier, so that's really good. Pleased about that. I might just hang around the auction house a fair amount for a bit, just to see what kind of competition I'm up against. Oh, there goes the Binding of Haste, excellent. It's a really good start. So whilst we're here, to do a quick check on the Chaos Crystal prices. I'm still buying it, but only if it's super cheap, like below 200. So at this 209 I'm not buying it now, because my average price has now gone down to 268. I did buy about 135 this morning at 199, and that's taken my average down by 10 gold, which is really, really good. So what I'm going to do is just keep an eye on it, see if I can get some more sales through. Maybe if I need to just do, I might even just do another cancel scan just to see where it's at, whether I've got immediate competition or not. How are we looking? Yep, been undercut already. That's why. Good evening, Beastie. Thanks for stopping by. And congratulations on your 1 million. That's a lovely target to have reached. Right, so right away I've been undercut, so I'm going to cancel and repost. I'm going to do this a few times. Get those back on. Hey, Life of Laura Vlogs, thanks for stopping by. How are you doing this fine evening? I hope you're well. And thank you to Spatey for the host. That's also cool of you. Thank you very much. Right, another cancel scan. Going to make sure we got these off. I'm pretty sure I'm going to face some stiff competition. So what I might need to do is just keep them on in a rotation, because it's taking me time to take them off, and whilst they're off I'm not making sales, and really I need to have some more on ready for when I've taken them off. Good, thank you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. It's reset day and we're trying to stay on top of our enchants today. So what I'm doing is doing hasty cancel scans and reposts to see how many enchants I can sell in the next hour or so. I've already sold 2, which is really good. So I'm seeing if I can replicate this. I'm in competition with this other guy here at the moment, who is also putting enchants on, which is fine. It means we'll both share the sales between who's undercut who, when. These ones I can't do much about, but it's these ones that I'm really focusing on at the moment. So we'll see how that goes, see if we get any more sales, and then we'll take it from there. Whilst I'm waiting, actually, what I can do is I'll do a little check of my auction, make sure TSM's registered all that's on there, and then we'll do a restock. What can we restock on enchant wise is going to be everything. Restock. Okay, so we got Gift of Haste, Gift of Versatility, and then another Trained Soldier. So I want that one definitely. What do we need for this? Temporal crystals and more temporal crystals. 1 million feels good. Yes, it does. That first time you've hit it does feel like a really good milestone. I remember getting it a few months back and thinking, yeah, that's. I mean, I did then spend it on WoW tokens, but yeah, it's a really nice milestone to have because you've kind of like broken that barrier. And it means you've got liquid gold that you can then reuse elsewhere. And then that's the real power of investing comes in. Do I have any more temporal crystals? Yes, I do. They're in the guild vault. So let's go get those. Take a little jog over to the guild bank. And we'll choose this one. Right, temporal crystals. Where are they all hiding? They're in here. There's 7. Oh, I've got 18 there. And I've got some fractured ones there, but I haven't got enough, so I'll leave those. So I'll go back to here, and then we'll craft these 2 cloaks. Good evening, Neo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. Right, okay. The heroic leap off to the auction house. I bet you in that time I've been undercut on my enchants. I have a feeling. Auctioning. Select all groups, base group, post scan. We'll put on the ones we're missing, which is the bits that got cancelled by mistake, and then our gifts are Trained Soldier. So I'll post all of those on. Just on with your gold making jobs. Yeah, I do like these routines. Doing pretty good, thank you very much. We're trying to stay on top of the enchant market at the moment. Legion enchants, that is. So cloaks, necks, and rings. And we're going to do a cancel scan again. I bet, yeah, I've been undercut again. So I'm in direct competition with this person at the moment between cancelling and reposting, which is fine. That's how it goes, and it's a popular time to be doing cancels and reposts. So as long as we stick at it, we'll be able to get at least a few sales. I've gotten 2 already. I'm just going to see what the rest do. Ignoring the ones below min price. Just do the ones that are going to be a profit for me anyway. So those will ignore, that's all done. Right, go over, pick those up. And what have we got here? More cancels. We've actually got some good sales here, 24,000. I'll have a look at those in a minute. I'll come back to those. Let's pop these back on first. Run a post scan. So we're literally just taking them off, putting them back on, undercutting by a copper. There we go. Right, okay. Sometimes you just watch Netflix and repost, cancel, repost. You've got to make those sales. Yeah, it does work out that way sometimes. Normally on Shadow Song, I don't have an awful lot of competition, to be honest, which is quite nice because I don't want to keep doing. I mean, if I was really at it, what I'd be doing is only posting half of them and then cycling through it. So I'd basically cancel, repost what was in my bags, go pick up from the mailbox, and then cancel the ones that were on there and repost like that in a kind of like continuous cycle. But even this cycle is, you know, fairly quick anyway. So it's going to be quite interesting tonight. What have we got? We've got some haste sales already anyway. And haste versatility, fighter chow, hungry magister, some shirts, bags, a couple more versatilities. So some good sales. We'll pick those up whilst we're here. 24,000. That's always going to be useful. And we'll do our restocks. Good evening, Z. Doing very well, thank you. How are you this fine evening? Yeah, it's a good idea. You have a few active goblins on your server. Yes, and when they're actively doing the same thing as you, finding your little niche at the same time can be tricky. Right, going to need to restock on some tailoring. So we'll do that in between our cancel reposts. Tailoring wise, restocking, I bet we've got a few things we can do. Crafts, restock. Okay, blue linen shirt, otherworldly bag and a hexweave bag. How close are we to hexweave? Not that close. So let's skip that one and gather the rest. We have dropped that down. There we go. You're working on diversifying your stock at the moment. That's a very good idea, Neo. Once you've kind of like fleshed out one market, then going into another one is the best way of just expanding your gold making empire. That way you're not stuck into one niche and you're able to do a lot more. Any intermediate crafts? Yes. Back to that. Gather the items. Now I did learn something from Gumdrops the other day about using the gathering window. Oh, it seems to have disappeared. Good evening, Pointy Gnome. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? I'm doing very well myself, thank you. Right, let's just do blue linen shirt and otherworldly bag. Get those done. And then whilst we're here, I really want to look at cooking. Get that going as well. So cooking, we did make a few sales, so I'm expecting to be able to restock on a few more. Hey Snake, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And that, and that. Doing well, excellent, good to hear. Right, there's a load of food we need to make. So gathering, start gathering, drop that down. We need to click all these to make them go green. And then click gathering, pick everything up we need. Now I was using the, I was manually putting stuff into my crafting window, but Gumdrop showed me a different way of doing this. Just caught what I was talking about as the page loaded. Find it handy to keep a stockpile of crafts, but limit the amount you post with each scan. E.g. you have 20 on one hand, but my auction often only ever posts 4. That means you spend less time cancelling and mailbox running. Yes, that was exactly what I was talking about earlier, Z, is to literally have more in your bags ready to post straight away after your cancel scan, so that you've got a more rapid turnover, especially if you're against stiff competition. I think it's me and one other person at the moment. So if I go to intermediate crafting, now if I move this over, as long as I've got the crafting window open, I believe what I can do now is, rather than queuing these up, let's make a fire. I should be able to just click on this and craft next. Is how I understand it to work. That's greyed out for some reason. I have got the items, so maybe that's not working as intended. No. Hey Mango, thanks for stopping by. Oh, a couple of sales there. Oh, that's Bear Tartar, it wasn't the enchants. Okay, so we're going to go back to doing it the way I've normally done it. Also, only have to do cancel scan when you start running low on your bank inventory to restock what you have in the auction house. Yeah. You have to open the cooking window. Ah, the cooking window and not the groups. Okay, let's try it like this. No, I'm not getting the craft next. Let's try the regular one. No. Okay. So that's not got everything for me. Fatty bear steak. Should normally be able to make those. Yeah. With TSM3 it works. Yes, I think the integration between 3 and 4, because the gathering window is still technically 3 and the new interface is 4, obviously. So that I thought should work. Ah, thank you, One Legion TV, for the host. Very kind of you. Try closing the cooking window and reopening it. Let's try that. Turn it off and on again. See if TSM picks that one up. And thank you Nutella Day, Hogstout, Mocky Stream and Escort for all the auto hosts. Right. Any chance of this working this time, I wonder? Oh yep, we got craft next. Here we go. Excellent. We've lost our fire though, unfortunately, in that time. That's a shame. Okay, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to do that in Dalaran, or wait until our fire comes back. Okie dokie. Not a problem. Let's go back to that. Stop gathering. There we go. Happens to you sometimes when you're gathering items from the auction house. If you already have the auction house open. Ah, okay. It's a bit hit and miss in TSM4. I've always thought that, which is why I've been doing the... oh, thank you, Gumdrops, for the host. Which is why I've been doing the manual queue items. But I thought I'd give that a test, as I saw Gumdrops doing it the other day on his stream. Thought I'd see how that works. But, yeah, it does seem to be a little bit hit and miss anyway. Right, how are we doing on our enchants? Imagining, yes, I've been undercut. I'm not sure by how much I'm against this one. Perhaps I need to have a closer look at it. The other problem I've got at the moment is my cancel scan isn't particularly reliable. And I have to run it like 3 or 4 times to get the cancel scan off. Because it keeps skipping items and cancelling different items that are not in the group. Which is a slight bug at the moment. Which is why I haven't really been doing cancel scans of late. But as we're on a good time on a Wednesday for reset day, it's a good time to be doing it. So I'll do this, open this, then we'll post everything on. I mean, it's fairly quick with the small amount of items I've got. Do that. I'm actually going to select all and post them on, because I'm sure there's some missed ones there. There we go. May not be worth fighting over it, and just sort of trying to get those sales, because I don't want to spend my entire time just cancelling and reposting. But if I can catch a few like I did a minute ago, then that's good. Whilst I'm doing my restocks and things. Right, we've nearly got a cooking fire back, so we can try that gathering in a minute. Well, there we go. 2 rings of mastery, we just caught some sales. Excellent. So there's definitely sales around now. Probably going to need to restock on some of these. Oh, wrong button. Meant to click Enchanting. Might take a little while for that to register through TSM though for the restock. Let's see how it goes. The main thing this is doing is using up my Chaos Crystal stock and getting my average down. That's the main point. Right, okay. Right, before I do that, we were on cooking, so let's bring up our cooking window. Lots of undercuts tonight. Pretty normal for a reset night though. Yes, that's what I think. I think it's anyone who wants to really keep on top of the market will need to be doing cancels and reposts to make sure they capture everything. Right, let's try this one last time. There we go. What was that? Mark of the heavy hide. Okay, so we're getting some sales. That's good. Intermediate crafting. Okay, craft next is highlighted. Move this over so we can pop down a fire. Apologies for doing it in the middle of the auction house. There we go. Right, craft next. No. Okay, let's close that down and open it up again and see if that works. If this doesn't work, I'll do it the manual way that I've been normally doing it, because that seems to work much better anyway. It's just worth testing these things every now and again. I know TSM's in beta at the moment, so it's gonna have its little moments. Yeah, don't think I'm getting that to work. Okay, that's fair enough. What we'll do, we'll make use of the fire whilst we got it. Make what's green and then fill in the gaps. Make that, make that. Good evening, Bullywolf. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Seems like the sales goes good. Yep, we're staying on top of the enchants as best we can tonight to see if we can capture some sales. We've already had some success. Had about 5 sales so far, which is really good. Really want to get those Chaos Crystal stocks down and get some profit is the other thing. Sales good for you as well. Excellent. Gems goes best so far. Excellent. That's good to hear. What's this auto mod thing? Not sure, Z. I've added in another bot on Ankbot. I've been testing it. It isn't actually set up properly yet, but it is kind of running there in the background. I'm not sure if it's doing anything yet. Oh, your message is being checked by mods and has not been sent. Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. I'll have to check in on that. Appeared right after you posted something. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't checked my bot. I'll have to check my chat window, see how that goes. Good evening, Rasheen. Thanks for stopping by. Mango says for immediate crafting, usually in TSM4 you have to first choose what you want to craft, then open the profession tab, in which case it will be the cooking tab. Yeah. Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's just fix these last ones. Going very well tonight, thank you, Rasheen. We're just working on our cooking, whilst also trying to stay on top of our Legion enchants with our competition that we have. So I'm going to just pop over to intermediate crafting. So labour queue ribs we need to make 1 of. I'm going to queue that up, and koi scented storm ray. Try and catch this before my fire runs out. Make those and that, and then I can at least make my lavish feasts. And we're missing the Hungry Magister. You tried copy and pasting what you wanted to say and it popped it again. Okay, but you can say something like this. That's strange. Okay, I'll have to have a look into that, see. That doesn't seem like my intended way of working. Gathering fatty bear steak. I need to pick some up from the bank. Okay. Let's go run over there. Let's move these windows around so I can see what I'm doing. Like the fact that selling gem chips from prospecting pays the price for the ores. So all gems are extra. That sounds pretty good, Bullywoof. Ah, thank you, Sharkin, for the host. It's very kind of you. Couldn't split those items. That's new. Okay. Let's stop gathering. You seem to be having trouble with that. Right. Few bugs today. We've got mod problems, we've got gathering problems. Nothing we can't iron out though. So let's sort this out. Okay, nothing there. That's because I can't spell. There it is, fatty bear steak. Let's pick all these up. You don't need to be in here anyway. Right.
See you around.
Got that. We just need another cooking fire. Makes me wish I was in the Iron Forge auction house. And whilst we're here, let's do another cancel scan. So how are you doing, Rasheen? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're dominating your markets as always. Right. Okay, so we're going to do another cancel scan. Cloaks, necks, rings. Run cancel scan. Yep, undercut again. That's absolutely fine. We all want our sales. You're doing fine. Excellent, good to hear. Right, cancel those 12. Swatter had a problem there. And TSM's got a problem with that one, so let's run it again. See if we can get some more cancels through the mill. 9 pages isn't too bad. It's nice and quick though, only doing a few pages. Cancel those 2. Wednesday's pretty hype. Yeah, it is. With all these reset days, we've got some good sales already, so it's promising. It's worth the investment of your time if you're going to sit here at the auction house and cancel, repost. I mean, I know I'm not doing it the most efficient way, but with the speed of just the few items I'm doing, we're still able to capture sales. So it's all okay in my books. These are the ones we want to get the sales off though, so getting those on is the best thing. Hey, right one too. Thanks for stopping by. How are you this fine evening? Ah, there we go. I just saw in the chat there, Z, your message. Let me see if I can fix that for you. There you go, auto mod. I wonder if there was a keyword in that or anything. Let me just allow that comment. There we go. It's gone through. Okay, there we go, see? Whatever that mod was doing, it didn't like that one. Maybe there's something else. Hey, Sonic Astra. And what did we say? Dang, right in the middle of the nor'easter weather. What's that? It's thundering and lightning. And you're getting a foot of snow. Wow, that sounds pretty amazing, right one too. Hope you're nice and safe. And Snake says the most important are the opportunity costs. Yes, I mean the fact that I'm just here going backwards and forwards where I could be spending my time somewhere else. Nor'easter. Okay, I'm with you now, right one too. Yeah, that's something to always factor in. Well pointed out, Snakes. There we go. Right. We want to select all. And what I'm trying to do is incorporate this into my main routines. Trust you to break the bots. Hey Sonic Astro, yes, we've got some good sales. We've had, let's have a look at the auction after we've done this. We'll do a post, get these on, make sure everything's on. There we go. So currently, in the half hour I've been on, we've got Heavy Hide, Mastery, 3 Bear Tartars, a Haste and a Trained Soldier. So those have all sold in the past half hour just now, which is 16,000 coming in, which I'm pretty pleased about. Now it's whether we can carry on those whilst restocking everything. Got my fire back, so I want to finish off that cooking I was doing. Where's my cooking window? There we go. You was up getting some exotic leather and you're so happy people were killing goats but not skinning. God, that sounds like a great place to be in, right one, too. You can just go around skinning them. Right, okay, 5 hungry magisters coming up. Try not to burn the ropes. Whilst we're here, whip up some hungry magisters. There we go. That's done. That's done. We'll post those on. Run a post scan. Yeah, I'm really quite low on exotic leather and magnificent hides. Seems to be a real. I looked at some earlier today, and the prices just weren't good for me at all. Let's have a look at them now whilst we're here. See, I've already got it. That was the last thing I did earlier this morning. Oh, I've got the Legion stuff on. What I meant to do was actually the leather. That one. There we go. So looking at this, exotic leather is up at 175 gold and magnificent hides at 149 gold. So they're both really expensive at the moment. And for me to craft them based on my purchase price of exotic at 4 gold 55. Oh hey Gold Queen, just checking I got it. Oh, your email came through. Yes, I did. Thank you very much, that did. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I've been so busy with everything else. But thank you ever so much. Your beauty baby lovely cat has the worst breath. Oh yes. Cats can have stinky breath. Not as much as dogs sometimes. I've got to get back to work too. Sorry, not work, family. Yes, no worries, Gold Queen. I know what it's like juggling family, work, and being on WoW. I can understand completely. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so there we go. We've got Raw Beast Hide. You had 3 cats, and the other 2 have passed long ago. But they didn't have the breath. Okay. I think this one. I don't know if you can see her. She blends into the sofa. This is Cookie. She's all right. Her breath doesn't stink too much. She's fast asleep at the moment. Right. Let's have some more shopping. What should we look at? Let's look at cooking ingredients. Where's Oreo? Oreo he's over on his favourite seat over there. He tends to keep himself out of the way because he's scared of the other cat. So he might come over later. Hey, Executioner. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? Moscow Perch. Oh, Black Barracuda looks cheap. I normally buy that for 13 gold. Camera shy. I think he's more people and other cat shy. He's a very, very timid cat. He's massive, absolutely massive. He's got the biggest paws like a tiger, but he's such a gentle giant. He's scared of everything and everyone. But unless you're wearing fleece, like when I'm wearing my dressing gown, he just pads on over to me and just sits down in it. So I like to have a good snuggle up. That cat owns the brown couch. Yes, she does. She definitely, that's her couch. Sometimes Oreo will come right into the back corner if he can. Oh, your new RAM arrived. Excellent. Now your multi-boxing works flawlessly. I must admit, since I upgraded Mr. Potato from 4 gigs of RAM to 8 gigs of RAM, I've noticed it's a lot smoother. Obviously, I got the graphics card at the same time, so you know that was a thing. But yeah, extra RAM really helps. And it only cost me £6 for 4 gigabytes, which I thought was really good. Right, I'm going to buy some of this Black Barracuda. Yes, I did. Mr. Potato got himself an upgrade. I went to CEX and picked up 4 gigs of RAM for £6 and a graphics card for £80, which benches about 5 to 6 times faster than my old graphics card. So it was definitely better. And we've got graphics settings up to 5. If you look at my WoW interface. Where is it? System. So we're originally down here, graphics quality 1, and now we've gone up to 5, and we can get a pretty decent streaming rate with that. So I'm really happy. It was a really good deal. And then I took my old graphics card back and got another £11 back for that, so that paid for the RAM. So all in all, a very good deal, just like the auction house. Speaking of which, I need to do a cancel scan. Auctioning, deselect, cloaks, next, rings, run cancel scan. And oh, this is interesting. Oh no, I was going to say, I'm surprised I haven't been undercut, but someone else has come and undercut me on some of these, so I'll pop those off, run it a couple of times just to make sure I've caught everything. I always like it doing a cancel scan and seeing the green that you've not been undercut. That's always nice. Yeah, we're all done with that, so let's pop on back as we're hanging out in the auction house anyway. Sweet, you just got Killjaden's trinket. Well, congratulations, Bullywoof. That deserves a thumbs up from me, definitely. Let's pop that in the chat. There we go. Congratulations. Right. Okay. Post scan. Get those back on. And I'll have to do a post scan of everything else. Oh, it's just the bindings of mastery, actually. That's interesting. And we also want to go back there, select all groups, take off the base group, run a post scan, because I'm sure we'd have missed some extras. Nope, we're all done with that as well. Excellent. Okay, so let's carry on with our shopping. Ingredients, we did a few. Let's have a look at some cloth. See if we can find some cheap cloth. Greetings, Ignis. How are you this fine evening? Hope you're doing well. I'm streaming in source only for you. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't changed any settings. I remember you had a problem with that before. It was weird. It would work in one browser but not the app or something, I seem to remember. And I thought it might have been me that time because of my game resolution, but my resolution is set to 1280 by 720 and I'm 30 frames per second, which normally scales down. Nothing I can do to change it. Okay, thank you, Gaswi, for the feedback. Only showing up as 720p for you as well. Okay. I wonder if Twitch has done something different then. Because I haven't changed any of my settings this end. You're fine, you got an hour or two of work. Well, I hope it goes to that. I wonder why it's changed then. Only 720 for you also. Okay. This seems to randomly happen on Twitch for you. Okay. Wow, you get some more thunder. sounds awesome. I do love thunder when I'm safe inside. I don't like to be out in it. Let's buy some of this silk as it's so cheap. Actually, that shal'dorei is quite cheap. 720p source is selected here. All auto. Okay, so it's a common Twitch issue. Is there... But it's snowing. It's a blizzard. Wow, that's serious weather, that right one too. Stay safe. Is there anything I can do my end that makes it better? I mean, it looks like it's streaming okay. I haven't got any drop frames, which is remarkable for me at this point. No, nothing I can do. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I hope its stream runs all right. Good morning to your head. Cloth is pricey on your realm as well, is it? Oh, okay. 720 is fine for you. Okay, well, I'll shout out if there's anything I can do that will help the stream. I might get this shal'dorei silk. How much is there? At 559, 589, 565. My average purchase price is actually at 587. So I'm going to actually take this opportunity to buy up some silk because I don't have enough of it. So I'm just going to take the big numbers up to my average buy price, which was now 567. So let's just take those. Tempted to get the 589 here, but I do have 2,000, so that's not a... I do have a decent amount. Okay, we'll leave the rest. What about the cloth bolts? Those are usually going to be more expensive because people are shuffling them up higher. Yeah. Look at that mage weave, that's super high. I could probably do with doing some shuffles myself. Shuffles? Flips? Whichever one it is. There we go. Ooh, Mote of Harmony looks cheap. 78 silver. I need to put Spirits of Harmony in here. Stream work is working fine, it's just on Twitch's back end. Okay, well let's hope Twitch sort themselves out and we get... It's not going to cause anyone any issues. So how much moat have we got at this price? Just the 32. Okay, well I'll take them. Thank you very much. It's got to be a mistake, definitely. I ought to look up... I'm going to take that Essence of Undeath, because that's cheap. Spirit of Harmony. Because I don't have any in my list yet. Okay, so it's at 320 gold at the moment, and I've never bought any, so what I want to do is start stocking up on this, because I know it's going to be useful for something. So I'm going to buy those. Even moats, that's 800 gold's worth in your realm. Wow. Grab them straight away. They limit options on how to watch depending on what updates or maintenance they're doing. Okay, right. And that's 800 gold's worth in your realm. Wow. Okay, I got a bargain there then. Awesome. What's Spirits of Harmony's average price though? Let's look on the Undermine journal. I don't know what's normal for my realm. Let's bring this over. Ooh, couple of sales. Spirit of Harmony. Okay. What's the graph looking like? Okay, they've dropped a little bit. 400 looks to be like where they've been at, but now they're currently at 325, which historically, okay, they've been going up steadily because there was a farm nerfed, wasn't there? They were down at 281, then they bumped up here, then the API was down, and they've come back down to 361. And for a region of this size, that's relatively cheap. Okay. There we are. Shredded. Were there moats listed cheap? Yes, there were moats. Z. Good evening, Shin. How are you? Lurking whilst making your pack up. Where are you off to, Shin? Hungry Magister, that's what we sold. Okay. Let's go over and have a look at what we just picked up. Open all of that. Spirit of Harmony. We've got those now. Okay, right. Spirit of Harmony we need to make into our group of good shopping. Shopping for good stuff. Favourite shopping, good stuff. Let's add in Spirit of Harmony. So we want to make sure we look out for that. Double check the price of my moats. 10 moats versus the price of Spirit times 1. Yeah. Let's have a look at that. Just for tomorrow at work. Okay. You don't have a lot of times in the mornings. Okay. Have I started my Tiller's farm in Pantaland yet? Nope, not at all, Z. I've got no idea where it is, what it is, or... I mean, I've seen Shin do it, but I haven't seen anything else. I know it's good for golden lotuses, but that's about it. That's all I know about it. Hey, Braindead, thanks for stopping by. Wondering if you had any plans on posting all my groups and operations on Pastebin. Really like how I have them set up. Okay, no problem, Braindead. What I can do is I can export them now because TSM4's got the export feature. So what I'll do off stream is I'll export those, and the next YouTube video I put up on my stream, I'll put the Pastebin link in there, or I'll tweet it out, or I'll put it on my Discord. I'll put it everywhere so people can pick it up if they want. Does that sound alright? Shin's gold in the middle of a blizzard. Okay, we're caught up on that. It's awesome, yeah. Better than this morning. Were you a bit hungover this morning, Shin? I caught a bit of your stream last night. Super dead easy. You can get all sorts of materials, including the Spirits of Harmony. Okay. No problem, Braindead. Glad to help. Yeah, I'll certainly... I know other people have asked for it before, and it's always a work in progress, but I'll stick it on there, no problem. The quest line's pretty fun too, but silly with it being panda stuff, but still. I might have actually started it, thinking about it. At least the very beginnings of it. Yeah, he was feeling it. He was watching his stream too. Yeah, I didn't catch much of it, but I just popped in briefly, and I saw you were having a good time, so I think I got caught up with something else family-wise, so I didn't get to stay long. Right, I'm going to have a look at my cancels again. No idea where we're at with our enchants, but we want to just make sure we're doing okay. So, cloaks next, rings, cancel scan. Who's getting jiggy with it? Here we go. We got the same person undercutting again. They must have popped off for somewhere for a time, and now they're back. So, that's fine. Shin party parrot. Run cancel scan. Food should be a good one tonight also. Yeah, it's doing okay actually, Z. Even without doing cancel scans, it's just been ticking on. I've been getting quite a few sales already. That's done. Let's go pick those up. Pick all of those up. Could probably do with a little bit of a restock as well. You love dancing in your chair. I didn't catch that bit. I hope someone clipped it. There we go. On we go. Okay, any other shopping we need to look for? Oh, we're going to look at moats versus spirits. So, where are they? So, moats, well, spirits are average purchase price of 320. So I'd expect moats to be about 32 gold. And my average purchase price of moats is 4 gold. So any moats worth less than 32 gold are worth picking up. Let's have a look. Oh, turn my bag off first. There we go. Chair dancing is epic. You're so busy tonight. Don't think you'll even have time to log into WoW. Oh no, Shin. Have to get up extra early then. That's what I used to do. So I'll go to our good stuff and we'll run a shopping scan. So spirits at 324 and moats are currently, I know they're up here at 675% because that's because of my average purchase price based off of those bargains I just picked up. So 30 is actually better than 324, so it would be worth picking those up at 30. How many are there at that? What have we got? So then it goes 34 and you combine 10. Yeah, so it's nice easy math to do that. I could pick up the 17, I could pick up the 3, and that's cheaper than doing 324 or 325. So the balance out of those two looks to be the right one. Not sure if you heard you right. I think you said something about the farm in Pandaria. It's in the Valley of the Four Winds at Half Hill. Not sure if you have to learn the cooking there or not. It's been a while since you got yours. Yes, I'm not sure fully. I have been to Valley of the Four Winds at Samadan whilst I was levelling through. I do believe I got halfway through it, it looks like. So that's as far as I got with my questing in Pandaria before I out-leveled the region and went on to Warlords of Draenor. Shin loves the farm, yeah. I've seen you do it on your stream, Shin. It's something that it looks like it would be fun to do as another daily type thing. But you can see here I've gotten just to Half Hill, so I must have maybe started it. Cooking isn't needed, but I've got it high anyway. It's a good place to level cooking. 1 to 525 in 20 minutes. Wow, that's pretty good. You have 4 active farms going. Ah, okay, lots of love for the farm then. Something I'm going to have to certainly... What I'd like to do, it's once I've got myself flying in Draenor, which is my current sort of side quest mission, now that I've got my graphics card and I can turn the graphics up, I'm going to go back into Pandaria and I'm going to finish all the storyline. Because, you know, I haven't been anywhere in here, I haven't been here. I have kind of been around here, but that was just for trying to get that shower of anger. And the same with here. I did a bit of just running around just for fun to try and get... I think I went looking for some transmog back in the early days. But other than that, I've got all this amount of Pandaria still to do. Pretty much done most of this, I think, apart from that area there. Started it last week. Pretty fun getting it going. Looking forward to the Matt's income. Yeah, it's one of those time money things, though, I guess. As long as it's, you know, worth your time and it's fun. That's the main thing. Transmog does not sell on your server, so you have to rely on Matt and spirits. Well, that's all right, Sunny D. I think that's a good consistent seller. Okay. I bet I've been undercutting that time I've been chatting. Let's have a look. Okay, maybe that's phase. Let's try again. You saw in BFA stream that will be gloves enchant that increases crafting speed. I did hear that on the rumours. Oh, critical strike! Just sold 2 of them. That would be awesome. Something that could do disenchanting faster would be amazing. I really need to do that. Intercrest to farm is around 20 minutes, then it's 10 minutes a day for the rep build up, and a quick visit each day to harvest and replant. Think like the garrison work orders and herb garden. Yeah, that's what I've seen Shin do. He just like runs around, does all his stuff, and then he's done. That's something something I'd like to do. I imagine a BFA Alpha stream. Right one too. That's probably what Pointy Gnome was talking about. Have I done all of these? What was a drain of? These have been really overpriced at the moment. I've not seen these any decent prices. Not that I've ever bought any, which is why the average price isn't here. 2 gold. I really want anything under 1 gold for these, but I don't think the prices are going to be going down much on my server. And volatiles, not so sure. Unless there's any good bargains. It's not something I'm rapidly going after. There's a lot of volatile earth there. Haven't really been watching streams with Alpha. No, I've also actively been avoiding them, Bright One too, because I don't want to spoil too much of the storyline. So I've just kind of like been getting the odd snippet from seeing stuff on my Twitter feed or Wowhead and things like that, but I've not been actively looking for it. 93 is my average for that. I've got 109. Just going to pick up a couple of those. And then Elemental Force has just sold. Let's go do another cancel scan. The scan is already in progress. Okay, let's try again then. Run cancel scan. Undercut. Heavy hide. Undercut and a few others. Different people coming in now. That's interesting. Good afternoon, Kaifin. How are you? Hope you're doing well this fine evening. Doing very well here myself, thank you very much. We're staying on top of our Legion enchants whilst restocking on things and doing a bit of shopping. So a bit of casual auction house fun tonight. And then we'll go on and do a bit more of our daily Draenor reputation grind. And see what else we can do. Very well, getting ready for the nor'easter to roll in. Ah, you must be near to Right One too then. He's been enjoying the weather over your end, haven't you? Let's run a post scan. Undercutting, let's get through. In Maine, ah, okay. Oh yeah, it's here. So wherever you are, Right One too, you must be close by. Starts in about 3 hours from what they say. Oh, okay. Thunder, lightning. Yeah, that does sound like quite the storm. Trying to avoid BFA info too. Think it's what killed your interest with Cataclysm. All the info widely available before the release. Ah, yeah, that's why. Because I don't like to, unless I know I'm never going to play the game. Which is what I did with The Last of Us. I watched a playthrough of that, knowing that I'd never own a PlayStation to play that. Because it will spoil. There's that wonderment of going to a new place. Ah, Sunny D, you're in Maine as well? Okay. Not looking forward to all this snow. Yeah, it's going to be... It sounds like it's going to be a big one. We're in a state of emergency till 3 AM. Wow, you still have internet. Well, hold on to that internet, Right One too, as long as you possibly can. Fingers crossed. Alright, we've got some good sales over here. That's a decent one. Ah, thank you for the cheer. Sonic Astra. That's extremely kind of you. There we go, you're into number 2 position on the chat there. Just under Geoheb. Wow. I've never had 2 people in there before. Awesome, thank you very much. Well, all of you that have got the hello friend. Yeah, it's nice you're all together in a similar area. Yeah, let's get some definite thumbs up for that, Sonic Astra, for that. Excellent, thank you very much. Right, you know what, I might leave the rest of the auction house now that I've restocked on the things I want to restock on. I'll let those sales tick through whilst I do my other regular bits. We need to go to Dalaran anyway. Oh, actually no, what I haven't done is my dailies. Let's get those done whilst we're here. Then we'll do one last cancel scan. I think that's probably a better idea. So we need to do Hexweave, we need to do Secrets of Draenor, we need to do Imperial, Celestial. Oh, we need to make the Gladiator stuff that goes on there. There's quite a bit actually to do, just remembered. Barracuda is just sold. Okay, WoW interface. So Hexweave cloth, we've actually run out of Sumptuous Fur, which is a problem. Which means we can't do Secrets of Draenor or Tailoring either. So we're going to have to do Bolt of Windwool. We've got plenty of that. Do Celestial. Going to have to do that Nagrand farm, I think, and create that one. Then I need to remember what I've just made and add them to my group of things to make. So we go down here, take all these, go down, because we can't do searching at the moment, so I have to do this manually. And then we go into here and spell threads, bags. What have we got? Fellweave raiment. What's a raiment, is that? That's a cape. Is a raiment a hat? That's a cowl. Hood. Raiment, I think, would be like a shoulder or a cape, it sounds like. Yeah, it's definitely not one of those. Armis. Mantle. Mantle. Do we have a mantle? No, we didn't. There we go. We were just doing Nagrand yesterday, going back today. Need to start with crafting. Yes, I think Nagrand's got a really good Sumptuous Fur farm on it. It's one. Oh, there we go. Raiment. Here we go. It's a robe. Can I not make the window bigger? I could, but then this is going to take up all my space of my low resolution. There we go, and it doesn't quite go large enough, unfortunately, for the crafting window. So I'm a bit stuck with that. But I can usually figure it out just by clicking on the few ones. Battle for Azeroth, Outer Build, Class Change and Highlights. Okay, thank you, Right12, for the link. This is the latest you see on Wowhead for Professions. Scroll down to the enchants. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a bit. You can use the search bar in the basic crafting window and then go back to TSM crafting at it. It will work. Yes, I did notice that, Shin. That is one way of doing it. But what I'm doing is just making sure I can just find it in here and then easily add it to the crafting queue. Raiment is usually chest. Yes, it is. Don't see anything for what Pointy Gnome said, though. Would be interested to see otherwise. I remember hearing about it. I can't remember where it was, though. Right12. I remember hearing about it. Gladiators, Fellweave. Malevolent? Yes. Gladiators? Yes. Fellweave? Yes. It's that one. So I need to queue that one up. And then the cape is the other one. So to do that, braces, belts, gloves, pants, boots, cloaks. This is one I've got loads of. There we go. You saw it in the stream from Chowley. Oh, okay. There we go. Enchanting gloves, Sandalari crafting. Okay, thanks, 99 for the link. Dreadful. It's going to be one of these. Dreadful Gladiators, Cape of Cruelty. This one. So I'll queue up that one. So then once that way I can easily just make these two. Oh, we're missing some more wind wool. Let's go make some more wind wool. Great, oh, there we go. Who sorted all my groups like that? That was me, McBainey. I did them all myself. I did them by hand. I will do a export of them all and put them on my Twitch, on my Discord, not my Twitch, on my Twitter and my Discord and my next YouTube video. So I'll make them available to everyone if they want to borrow them. Alright, have we done enough? Probably done enough. There we go. Back to TSM. Make me one of them. And we can add those to our group. Hope they update more for TSM. Some bugs still for crafting and posting. Yes, there are quite a few bugs still. They're not game changing because you can work around them. And weapon enchants are coming back as well, so more work for Sam. Well, that's all good for me, definitely. I like doing my enchants, so I'm going to be well up for those. So in our group, what we need to do in Tailoring Gladiators, as we're building this group up, that one, whoops, not that one, that one, those two, add them to the list now that we can make them. And post them on. Auctioning, let's select all, take that off, run post scan. There we go. That's Elemental Force, a couple of Gladiators, 950 seems to be about the general price they're going for these days. Weapon enchant that gives 35% haste. Wow. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Let's do, now that we've done that, we need to do our enchanting dailies. No worries, Geoheb, thanks for stopping by. I hope your work goes swiftly. I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, I do like the idea of weapon enchants. Gives us another option, because people will be upgrading their weapons. Let's just make this a little bit bigger now. I think I made that too small. There we go. And our dailies are Secrets of Draenor. Let's create one of those. Yeah, looking forward to the... You found selling transmogs hard to sell. Yes, definitely. Brain dead. A lot of people have found that, myself included. You need to have a large stock, and they sell very slow. Yeah, yeah, that is common. Brain dead. I found that, and especially me being on a low pop server, they seem to move even slower for me. So I just don't expect them to sell now. I just fire and forget, put them on there and leave them. Mostly at DV region prices as well, just to see if I can get sales. Ending the PvP season soon. Okay. So expect something in a month or so. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to have the right items, I think. And not necessarily RP realms are that good either, because there's more competition for it. Some items sell well, like Cindercloth and Vicious Gear. Oh, okay. So what do you think we'll be seeing Right 1, 2 in 6 weeks? From Tailoring, okay. Cindercloths and Vicious. What was that? Oh, a Lavish Suramar Feast. Yeah, so that's doing well. I don't know if I can make that. There's another Lavish Suramar Feast. In the past few days, you had people buy multiple items. Like one person bought up to 10 robes. Wow, that must be doing the trial of style then, I would have thought, Pointy Gnome. Or they just really like the clothes. Cindercloth. Can I make Cindercloth? Oh, I'm in Enchanting. Let's swap over to Tailoring. Yeah, transmog is slow. Use it to supplement, yeah. A lot of people, I think, myself included, started with transmog because you could easily go in, do an old raid, pick up a load of stuff and throw it on. That's what I did when I first tried learning about gold. And then once I realised how slow it was selling, I was like, there's no way I'm going to keep this up. And so I quickly changed to my professions. And I'm glad I did. Cindercloth, let's have a look. I can make a Cindercloth robe. This seems quite good. Cindercloth robe, crafting cost of 4 gold, and a 998 profit, and a sale rate of 0.04. How about the boots? 470 profit, 0.05. Vest and pants is also good. Okay. Thank you, Sonicastra. That's a good find. Something I did not have on my list of things to make. Right, so let's switch to TSM. Let's queue up one each of those. Now, obviously, I need to get I need to get the pants and the cloak, it would seem. Burning steps. They're a drop. Okay. Good evening, Bullseye. Secret to transmog is simple. You need to have lots and lots of it. Yes. But that's the trouble, is just maintaining lots and lots of it can get tricky. Better to passively farm transmog, farming other stuff. That's it. Have I seen this clip from Konzek? No, I haven't, Pointy Gnome. Can be a little loud. I won't click on it just yet. I don't want to scare everyone out of my stream if it's loud. But explain to me what happens. Cindercloth vests sell for 4.8k. Wow, that's cool. So, what do we need to search pattern wise? Cindercloth. Hey Juggernaut, thanks for stopping by. Could reason the sell rate's so low because of the lack of them being posted on the auction house? Most likely. I was actually thinking that was quite a good. Whoa, look at that price of Cindercloth vest pattern. 135,000. Okay. Yes, it'll be lack of them being posted on the auction house, but I think they might. That's actually quite a good sale rate, I think. I'd like to get into crafting and find a lot of the craft items around way below market price on TSM. Okay. Yeah, it's a question of finding the ones that are good on your server, really, Braindead. He has level 70 ETC, I'm a Murloc song. When somebody follows him, he's sitting there and it goes off really loud and scares him. Okay. When somebody subs to him. Ah, right. So which haven't I got? I haven't got the cloak. And the cloak... Oh. The cloak is 3,000 according to this, which is 1,000 over region market average. So I think I might buy the pattern for the cloak for 199 because that seems cheap. So I'll buy that. And yeah, the robe's going for 1,000. The leggings are going for 11,000. Crafting can seem daunting, but you find stuff to make and sell easy enough. It's out there. Yes, and just finding out which ones you might like to do. Ask, not necessarily saying it's a bad sell rate, but saying as a rhetorical question, like something with 0.01 sell rate. Would that be because of lack of availability? Well, I see what you mean, Juggernaut. I'm not sure exactly. But it's an interesting question. I'm not sure how exactly sell rates is calculated. Right, time to go and watch Mighty Spurs. Good luck, Shin. Hope it goes well. Rules aren't set in stone. TSM markets prices by too many handled the price it should be sold, not by the guidance it really is. Undercuts can be as big as undercuts wants them to be. That's the competition. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's only worth as much as somebody's going to pay for something, and you don't really know how much someone's going to pay for something until they actually buy it. And lack of demand mostly causes low sale rate. Okay, the figure in TSM is based on expires versus posts and buys. Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Some are saying expansion pre-patch soon. I expect the BFA pre-patch to hit the public test realm late this month. Oh, okay, so that's where the 6 weeks was coming from, right one too. Okay. Oh, the interesting times ahead then. I better get shifting on my old professions. That makes sense, E. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, that's really good, thank you. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So you could incorporate sale rate with the vendor sell price to calculate how much of your profit is going to get eaten up in posting costs by that rationale. That could be interesting. Maybe that might be worth doing something for some complicated patterns and things. Most gold goblins should not undercut others by more than a few copper, not by 100. Yes, exactly, Braindead. Most people do think that. The problem is that not everyone is most people, and you'll get unique people all throughout World of Warcraft who will post at any price they think it's worth. And for whatever reasons, there could be a number of reasons. So it's a difficult one to quantify sometimes. You never watch TSM's market price and posting stuff. The min buyout price and whether or not you want a fast sell. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 21st of September or sooner. Oh, okay. Wow, thank you. I missed that. Thank you, Life of Laura Vlogs. That's extremely kind of you for the cheer. Get some double thumbs up for that. Thank you ever so much. Very kind of you, and that puts you top of the leaderboard. And thank you, Juggernaut, for the follow. Awesome. Thank you, both of you. That's going to really, really, really help. Thank you. Cheers from you and Neo. Well, thank you both, Laura and Neo. It's extremely kind of you. Wow, that's brilliant. So if we want to buy, we don't need Cindercloth gloves, but a Cindercloth vest costing 135,000 gold. I mean, that's pretty pricey. Heart of Fire and Rune Thread. Wow. I mean, it's tempting to buy it, but then I need to have Cecile's add-on turned on, actually, so I can see what that makes. Hold on. Let's just do that. Add-ons. Let's turn this on, do a reload. So what this add-on does is shows me what item is going to get made by that, which means that I can then have a look at the price of what the Cindercloth vest sells for in-game. I'd farm a few dungeons for other stuff and get the patterns dropped. Yeah, I think so, Z. I'm certainly not going to buy it for 135,000. That just seems like too much. I never liked spending that much money. I never liked spending any money for that matter. Both those patterns will look and see what dungeon or raid they drop in, and be easy to go farm it. Yeah, absolutely brain dead. Easily influence sale rate by posting everything for 12 hours instead of some people posting stuff for 48 hours. Ah, okay. Does the time span not then affect sale rate? That'd be interesting. Because you think it should do, really. Because it's part of the formula, how long something's on for. Maybe like 48 hours would have twice as much weight as a 12 hours, which has half as much weight as the other one. And with picking up the last sales in the morning, you have just renewed your WoW sub for 6 months on tokens. Oh, awesome, Kaifin. I remember doing that, and it's a really good... Now, if you could just pay the internet bill with WoW Gold, yeah, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? So you've taken a long break from WoW and started gold tunes on multiple servers. What would be some good professions to start with? I think as you're leveling, I find the gathering ones seem to be most best recommended. And then once you're 110, you can pick up any profession like Enchanting and work your way backwards from there. So that's what I would recommend, but then I don't do a lot of leveling, and certainly not on new realms. I'm kind of a bit stuck in my ways. I'm stuck on this realm for a long time. Oh, we've got some sales coming through. Oh, there's the pattern we bought. Okay. Let's pick the buys, leave the sales. There we go. You do 12 hours for transmog because people are undercutting a lot. Yes, if you're going to have a lot of undercuts. I tend to do 48 for mine because I just fire and forget. 311 shal'dorei silk for a total price of 9 silver. That's brilliant, Bullywolf. That's a really good one. Awesome, I think that deserves a Samadan gold coin for that. That's definitely good. Many do not like to post things for more than 24 hours, but to do that you need to really hands-on, so your life is very busy. I go 48. I do that with my transmog simply because I just want to leave it on there and just leave it at that. Right, that pattern we picked up, we need to learn that. And then we need to go make ourselves some Cindercloth. Nailed it! That's a brilliant one, Sonicester, I like that one. Right, so with that done, let's bring our tailoring back up. So we can make a Cindercloth cloak, we can make a Cindercloth robe and a Cindercloth boots. So we need to add this to... Let's make a group for Cindercloth. Ooh, TSM. Ah, TSM does this every time I learn a new recipe for a couple of times. Just learned Cindercloth recipe and then opened TSM. Okay, takes a few things. Just snagged a ceremonial loincloth for 150 golds. Wow, that sounds interesting. What does that normally sell for? Sounds good though. Congratulations on that one. I think that one deserves a thumbs up as well. There we go. Alright, let's wait for this to load back up and then we can check out a Cindercloth group. This is good. I like 18k. Wow. That's brilliant, Juggernaut. Was that using sniper or did you just find it by randomness? I've not really used sniper much myself. just put up all your level 101 epics at 40% DB market. Feels bad because it's so cheap, but then you could do the sales. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Polygon, thanks for stopping by. How is the reporting in TSM4? TSM3 only really have the summary tab. It's at the moment it's pretty much the same. It hasn't changed much for the reporting. I don't know if they plan on changing it though. Some slow. A lot of people with the same mindset will get it to drop eventually. And technically speaking, the sale rate is higher. Oh, okay. So that was talking about the manipulating about it from earlier. Post some stuff for 48, like heavy leathers with a nice markup. All vendor hides higher than buying the needed mats. The mounts have plenty of people posting it. Where the price is driven to the bottom at 1 copper at a time, you just post 12-hour and repost as often as you want. Through Sniper, excellent Juggernaut. That's a nice find. Yes, I mean that race to the bottom. It depends because you'll get everyone doing the 1 copper, 1 copper, 1 copper, and then someone will do like 1 gold and then 10 gold or 100 gold, and then the whole thing just crashes down. Everyone's scrambling to be the lowest. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and then it'll reset and it'll come back up, and then it settles down and it fluctuates. It's kind of interesting following it. Alright, I'm not sure I'm going to trust this to open up again. Let's try it. See what it does. Usually takes a couple of times, what it has done in the past few sessions. I use Sniper a lot, but also use Great Deals tab in TSM near Sniper. Excuse me. So I've never used either really that much at all. So I really ought to get into that market. Okay, so let's do a search. Cinder. And then go back into TSM4. And now this is because this is profession loading. It's got a problem there. After a /reload from previous crash. Reload UI, there we go. Bought a few plus leech items for cheap. Okay. E.g. Vital Sands, 20 reposts a day at 1 copper being done by 5 people trying to be the cheapest when others want to buy it. There's also 1 plus gold per day that the price goes down. Yes. Some opt set up to undercut by 100 gold to drive the price down, then buy them up and reset the market. Ah, that's an interesting tactic, Polygon. Yeah, I can see it working, because people will just automatically undercut without looking at the price. Fran's Intractable Loop. That sounds an interesting item. For 8k with leech, plus worth somewhere around 120k. That's pretty good. It wasn't sniped, you manually did the search for it. Ah, just anything with leech, is that what you're looking for basically? And sniper you need to be hands-on. You put a movie on. I think that's what a lot of people do 2 accounts for, isn't it? They have the second account with it in the background, and when they hear it go off then they switch over and then do it that way. Now I'm hoping, 3rd time lucky for tailoring, we'll get this without a crash. Or I might have to clear the queue if I can. See if it comes on. Twinks use it for boosting people in dungeons. Okay. Sold one for 150k. Okay, but that's brilliant, Bullywoof. So profit-wise, the cloak's looking really good at 3,000. So I'm going to queue that up. Then gather what I need to gather, which is intermediate crafting bolt of rune cloth, and pick up everything we need. We need Heart of Fire. That's going to be an interesting one. Can we gather these? Bolt of rune cloth, it's there. Rune. I'll pick up some rune cloth. Have you got any bolts? No bolts. No. There we are. You're in a high pop, lots of competition. Okay. See if I caught all the chat up. Let me just double check I have. So that was a problem, a random drop for somebody that just dumped it on the auction house, undercutting the cheapest without looking at it. Stats and shuts. Just whatever gold you get is good. Yeah, that tends to be a lot of mentality. Myself included sometimes, I must admit. Still having trouble with selling at 860 with haste and leech. It won't sell even if you post it for 10. I guess it depends on the thing. Your system is like mine. You can run a second in the background by turning down FPS. Ah, okay. You can just sit in the auction house while you do stuff here. My system. Okay, that's comforting to know at least. Right, 1, 2. That could possibly do it. Don't even need Legion, just basic, so you get the auction house. Ah. Now that's something to consider. I've not really been into sniping so much, but that does seem good. Oh, sold a salad. Right, can we gather items now? We need to do the intermediate craft, so let's go pick that up. Crafting rune cloth. Rune cloth. Bolt of rune cloth. Let's make a load of these. You run 2 WoWs, 2 monitors and multiple browsers, and it runs alright. Second one runs in the background, and you can set different in the basic interface. Oh, okay. Why do you need cooking fire to make a salad? That's a good point, Polygon. I think there is something that doesn't need the cooking fire, but that is an odd one, isn't it? Right, I think that's probably enough rune cloth for now. So we're going to go look for some Heart of Fire. This is a new ingredient for me. I've never seen this one before. I'm going to move this down to the bottom whilst I go have a look. You do the same for so-called transmog. You don't care if it sells or not, or what the market price dictates. If it sells for more than the vendor price after the auction house cuts, you're glad, and sometimes just dump it just for whatever. And undercut hard, yeah. I can be like that sometimes, Soul Maestro. I just like to get rid of them. Heart of Fire costs a ton on your server. Okay, well we're about to find out how much it costs here. Heart of Fire. 9 silver. Well, that's cheap. That's the right thing, isn't it? Yeah, Heart of Fire. Okay. I'll buy some then. There we go. Heart of Fire. Don't know where you get it from, but we just pick some up. What I do need to make sure is I add that into my favourite shopping, so I can keep an eye on that. Groups, favourite shopping, good stuff, Heart of Fire. Add items. There we go. There we go. At those prices, you'd buy it all. Yep. Normally, it can be found in molten core. Okay. Must be thinking of something else. There's another fire thing that's really expensive. One run of molten core gets you tons. Ah, okay. So it is readily available. Oh, wrong thing. Right, we need to make these. Let's make them up. Okay, it's only 88 silver, so it is quite common. Is it Primal Fire? That's expensive, I think. Heart of Fire, Lava Core, Essence of Fire, Blood of the Mountain. Never heard of that one. Right one too. Okay, 1 Cindercloth robe coming up. 1 Cindercloth boots coming up. And a Cindercloth cloak. So with those made, we need to make a group. And we're going to add this into our pretty clothes group. But I want to expand on this a little bit. I don't really need that Sal group, so I'm going to take Mooncloth robe out and put it into pretty clothes and shirts you buy and shirts you make. And this one is just kind of like a few miscellaneous bits, which really we want to have in here. Although some of these really aren't that useful now, because that's all the tuxedo stuff. I need to organise this. This group isn't very well organised. Blood and Mountain, that's what you're thinking of. Okay. But Primal Fire is Burning Crusade. Okay. So I'm going to make another group. Because really, we don't want this pretty clothes. We want just... we've got the Imbued Silkweave, which is pretty rubbish, to be honest. That didn't do me any good, so I'm going to get rid of that. And Spell Threads I've not been using much. And Rich Purple was on its own, because we had a special group for that one. Shirts you buy, I've not been having much luck with these, so I may end up getting rid of this lot. You just started making that tuxedo stuff like 2 days ago. You sell 1 to 4 every day. Yeah, they do sell really well. Hey Hyperlol, thanks for stopping by. How are you this fine evening? So, looking at this, I think I'll keep it in the pretty clothes section for now, and we'll add in another one and we'll call it Cindercloth as a group, just so I've got it categorized and I know what it is, and then I can turn it on and off. So Cindercloth cloak, where's the other two? They're not in here, so they must be somewhere else. Are they in the regular one? Yep, there we go. Cindercloth cloak is there. Let's remove that one from there. Oh no, that was in the wrong one. My apologies. That was the one we had already. Just catch up on chat. Are transmog sales up because of the event? I think so, Polygon. If it's the right kind of transmog, the good stuff. You had people buy like 10 robes. Yeah. Use a macro in the background that sets the quality to lower setting than the main. Ah, okay, for multi-boxing. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Your multi-box settings, you just copy and paste it into that bin, right. Just woke up and you ordered yourself G Fuel to give it a try. And it tastes great. Oh, okay. I've got no idea what G Fuel is. It sounds like something you'd put in your car. My Cindercloth has disappeared somewhere, which I imagine is probably in another group. So we've got, that's in Professions Tailoring Crafts, that's in Crafts, and that's in the Cindercloth. So these two are in the Tailoring Crafts group. Okay, so that means they're in this group. So if I go here and look at the parent items, okay, we'll have to take it from there and put it into, what's the next one up? Pretty Clothes, I think. Cindercloth, boots and robe, move them up. Then from Cindercloth, we take these two and we move them up into that. There we are. It's the energy formula to keep you awake through the day. 0 sugar, so it's a more healthy alternative. Oh, okay. Although yes, if there's synthetic sweeteners in it, then it's it depends what other chemicals are in it. Zero sugar but plenty of replacements. Yes, that is true. Because this tailoring group, I think, has got too many, because leatherworking's quite neat. You've got leatherworking, crafts, and then it's all in there. Whereas this is crafts, then pretty clothes, then things. I don't really need the crafts group, to be honest. Because tailoring should really be bags, then, because it's all crafts. It doesn't need the extra one, so we want that, and we want maybe put pretty clothes in there like that, maybe put shirts in a separate one, and then spell threads we can take out like that. So we don't really need crafts, which has got all these bits in there that I'm not really using, so I'm going to get rid of that because it's a non-group, as it were. Although that's looking colour-wise not so great. There we go. Sleep and a good diet keep you awake during the day. You're diabetic and you can tell you that artificial sweeteners are under high suspect to trigger diabetes. Oh, is that true? I never knew that, Machine. You tell him. And coffee. Yes, coffee. Good old coffee. So I don't like the look of that either, in terms of... although that was looking alright in Enchanting, so maybe I just need to think about the look of this. It's not too bad actually. Tailoring, we got the bags, hide your bag, silk weave, gladiators tailoring, there's all that sort of stuff in there. Then we've got our pretty clothes, and then we've got our Cindercloth, which we just added. So group operations wise for Cindercloth, we've got the sell pretty clothes, which operation wise is 48, post cap to 4. That's interesting. Why have I set it to 4? Well, I'm only ever going to make one, so, and then we're on those, that's fine. So we need to look at the crafting operation of pretty clothes. These should all be, that should be in a different group, I think. There we go. And then that should be all under crafting of one of each really, but let's look at the individual ones. Like Cindercloth needs a crafting operation of one of each. That should work. Might as well cut out the hassle and just take amphetamine rather than half the stuff in energy drinks. Interesting, Z. You do undercut 2 copper sometimes. You post and someone else posts at the same time. Yours is above it. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Sonic Coaster. I hadn't thought of that. Probably something I don't encounter too much in a low pop server, but that's definitely a thing. I think we really want Mooncloth robe. I might do this manually, because now that I've moved these around, I need to check that these are correct. Gladiators is 1 of each. Idle bags is 2 of each. Satchels 12 of each. The regular bags are 1 of each. Shirts you buy, we're not having a crafting operation. Shirts you make should have, let's use sell pretty clothes, and then rich crafting wise we want 1 of each, and then rich purple should have its own, yeah, and crafting of 1 of each, and spell threads is the same. I haven't done a crafting operation on those, so I don't really been using those. Wish they'd just get rid of copper in the game. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one. And maybe they should increase another unit that's like more than gold, like platinum. That would be quite nice. So you've got another denomination. shift it all up one. Just take away copper and add in lots of haze coming in now. Right, I think that's looking a little bit neater. If you're into a market where people repost often, that's a way to go ahead of your competition. Yeah, that's a good idea. Force them to instantly cancel and repost again. So we want to post these up. So let's just test this out. So tailoring. Let's select them all. Oh no, wrong group. Let's clear, deselect all. And then let's look at Cindercloth. Let's just run a post scan. What kind of competition have we got for our Cindercloth? Good morning, Bad Dory. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? How's your morning? It's evening for me, but same planet nonetheless. Alright, so we're undercutting everyone. There's only one person selling the boots, one person selling the cloak, and the robes there's a couple of them on at 1,000. Right you are. So that's a profit of 998, that's a profit of 3,000, and that's a profit of 470. Okay, let's give them a go. And on they are. Ooh, missed out on the chat there. Where we go? Come on, Sam. Did that one. If you're undercut by more than a few coppers, the auction house mafia start messaging you with passive-aggressive suggestions so you're not playing by the rules. Really, do you get that, Mel Vision? And thanks for stopping by the stream. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I can imagine. I've never had messages like that, but I know people can get very sort of heated, shall we say. I've heard. I haven't experienced it myself, though. I'll just stretch my legs out. Best solution to that is block them and start undercutting by 1 gold each time. Yes. Or Rasheen, I'm sure, has probably got some good tactics. Alright, okay, how are we doing? Let's select all. Make sure everything's on that we want on. You get it a lot, so you use Alt and change the alts and use you sign off fast after collecting your money. That's not a bad idea. Tell them to stick it and carry on. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it's down to how you handle it, really. But what they say what you do is got no bearing on what they do. Yeah. And do a / kiss. Those are good tactics, Rasheen. Yeah, definitely. I did for the gems. If someone found it himself to do that to me, started dumping yours onto the market till he stopped posting his. Just whisper them / care. The thing is, if you're going to go to the effort of messaging someone about it, I mean, there's different ways you can go about communicating with people, and trying to get someone to do something different just because you feel it's, you know, in your best interest isn't normally the best way. And if you look at it from the other person's perspective before you start trying to persuade them to do it to yours, is generally how I try to operate. Ah, thank you, Malvision, for the follow. That's very kind of you. Don't know how many people whisper me over the time to tell you how you have no clue how gold making works. That's rich indeed, isn't it? Right, I've been hanging around and I've not done a cancel scan on my enchants for a while. I know we're probably missing out on the peak time now, so let's just do a little cancel scan and see how that goes. Hey, warm hug, thanks for stopping by the stream. That mic. Yes, this is a lovely mic from the Rode Podcaster. I do love it. But thanks for stopping by the stream. Right, let's get those cancelled. Done. Oh, there's a few to do. Okay, we'll do that again then. Do another cancel. Run a cancel scan. You try to tell them that driving the price down hurts us all in the markets. Best to talk to them and try and work out an agreement on prices. Yes, unless someone else comes along and does something completely different. There's always going to be someone else. So, cancel scan done. We go collect them from the mail, and then we can post them back on. Oh, we've got some sales coming through, so we'll do cancels, I think. Keep it chill and it'll work out better. Starting a war can go bad for all players. Yes. I think keeping it chill, and if basically it doesn't work out, then kind of like it's one of those things, agree to disagree, ignore them and move on. Usually is the healthiest way. Healthiest for your own sanity more than anything else. No agreements in war. It depends on how you approach it, really. It depends what the thinking is. Yes, if they're going to go silly and passive aggressive, then they're already on a losing streak, I would say, in their own mindset. So you can still continue to do what you want to do, and then what they do is just basically whatever's in their actions. At the end of the day, it's what you put on the auction house that counts, not what you message to each other. So sale-wise, what have we had coming in? Magister, Heavy Hide, Mastery, Bear Tartar, Binding of Haste, and a Trained Soldier. So that's 16,000. What have we got in the actual auction house sales coming in? So we've got a few more food, mainly, then a few enchants. So that's another 10,000 coming in. So not huge amounts, but still a comfortable amount. I'm quite happy with that. You know you're going to win in the end. The one with the time will win in the end, definitely. On my server, we had a price war. The Panther mounts to 29k. Then there's a PSTs people, and then get everyone to calm down with the undercuts, and we said sell them for 45. Oh, okay. Just sold an 840 twinking piece for a 256k profit. That's brilliant. Well done, Warm Hug. That's really nice. Congratulations. Someone sold it for 50 gold. Wow, that's certainly cheap. Right, I think I'm now done with my restocks. I've done my daily cooldowns, I did the gladiators, I did the Cindercloth. So what I really need to do is pop to Dalaran and check in on Nomi. He's getting lonely. He hasn't seen me in a while, and we've got a conversation we need to have about that last recipe he owes me. It's always driven to 23k-ish. Oh, okay. So 45 sounds much healthier. What's the material costs on those? The orb. Okay, that cost 20k. Wow. So someone resets, and then the race to the bottom starts again. The whole plan drives prices down, low as hell, then buy it all out and repost at your liking. Which recipe am I missing? I am missing... I don't think it's a significant one. I think it's... I'll have a look as soon as we go into Nomi, because once we pick everything up... Well, we've got some Nomi snacks. or the cooking window will open up as soon as I click on Nomi, and we'll have a look. Nomi. Yeah, me and Nomi have struck up a friendship. He occasionally gives me things, and I'm happy with that. So no profession selected, so that's not working. Let's close that down. So it's for the fighter chow. That's the last one I'm missing. So we're going to reset some work orders with that. And then we'll eat up our Nomi snacks. He's kindly given me. Where are they? There they are. Then what's that? Gift of haste. Oh no, we had made that. I was going to enchant that for a minute now. I thought I was going to learn it. And then let's pick these up. More cursed queenfish. Slightly burnt food. And then restock on the work orders. We'll get it eventually. You can only buy out what's on the auction house. Is that where the Panthers still, I guess? Yeah, I'm looking at that. You refuse to deal with Nomi now. I swear he hates me. Yeah, it's taken a while to get to this point. And I know the cursed queenfish is costing me more because it's 1 gold 92. So it's not one of the super expensive ones. Slightly burnt food. Burnt sounds like my cooking. We need... We'll sell you the junk. And we'll also sell you slightly burnt food. Is that everything? Yes. Like that and that. Cooking's winding down. Screw Nomi. Well, I'm a completionist. I need this last one. I'm still getting decent sales on my server though, Sephorium. The food is still doing alright. I wouldn't want to start it now. But now that I've got it in the hat, I'm glad I have. Nice one, bad Dory. What was that in response to that? Let me just check on the chat. You can use the Nomi Cakes add-on. It'll show you what kind of recipes you can get from food if you donate to Nomi. Absolutely, Mangold. That's the add-on I was using just then. It's a really good add-on. I totally recommend it. Starlight Rose crash this week. I've not been keeping an eye on the Starlight Rose. Ooh, there we go. Leader Legion achievement. Now we need to pick up that one. Pick up that. Group of acolytes. Everything is trending down. Yes, I think generally that's going to be the case, isn't it? What shall I do? What's that? Success chance. Oh, that's interesting. That's another armor one. I think I ought to start picking these up. So let's do that one. And anything else that looks interesting? Argusian Reach. Let's do that, even if it's 120. That'll do. I'll do. One question you ask yourself: how to price farm materials? Assume the price will be what post items will know. Says not necessarily in the market value. The price will determine gold per hour. Close material price. No, that doesn't sound confusing, Executioner. So you're talking basically about how to price your time over anything else. So think about how much you collected in that hour, and then divide everything you collected in that hour by how much gold you want in that hour, and then you can use that as a comparison. But then you've also got to factor in the market rates, or you go the other way, see what price it sells for, and then multiply that by the amount you got, and then calculate what your hourly rate was for that run, and then work out whether that run's worth doing at that price or not. Yeah, it's interesting, two different ways of looking at it. It depends whether you can sell them at the price you want to sell them at, would be the thing. BFA dumping time already, people cleaning out to get gold for Battle.net money. Yeah, I think that's definitely happening. It was 40 plus till some people dumped their multiple 200 stacks at 35. Yeah, probably looking for a quick sale. I mean, I'm a hoarder. I would like to keep hold of things. So even though I've got 2,500 chaos crystals, I'm still buying more whilst my average goes down. And I'm using them up on the enchants, so it's still making money. How much time you're willing to spend in auction house wars? Yeah. It's all the opportunity cost. Your internet dropped. Oh, okay, welcome back, Pointy Gnome. To add to the previous discussion, better not to do agreements with others. Yes, I think agreements, there's nothing set in stone really, is it? So agreements are agreements. Think about if you can really lower your material price by farming it yourself, and then have a hard time figuring out. If you can really lower your material price by farming it yourself, then quite have a hard time figuring it out for the different materials. Yeah, so it's a question of trying to figure out what that time is worth, isn't it? Any Bloods missions up? Oh, there's a load over there. Why so many? Supplies, Stonehide Leather, not doing that one. Kill that for 1, no. Foxflower, no. Those are 1s, those are 2s. Okay, won't bother with those. Most time farming the auction house is the cheapest version with the opportunity cost. Yes, that is the thing. But although with the boxing you should get surplus in mats, so you should probably be able to sell mats and crafts, requiring mats at 5 times the rate if you are 5 boxing. Gives you a big advantage in crafting. It's a good point. Okay, I think a visit to the garrison next. Let's go. Because yeah, as a multi-boxer, you do have an advantage over the regular WoW player in that you've got five characters doing the same thing, and you own all those characters. Easier said than done when starting on a market on a low pop realm. Yeah, I've certainly found supply can really limit you on a low pop realm. I found, you know, with chaos crystals back in January, the supply just wasn't there, and there was no one getting them, and then that affected prices and everything. And a lot of people running WoW on a potato and don't have the skills to get it up. Yes, there's certainly a barrier to entry, isn't there? Both in the hardware, the money up front, and the actual skills side of things. Let's do these. XP, resources. Let's pick up, what's that? Weapon enhancement. Let's do that. And anything else worth 100? That's another big XP one. And oh, there's some resources there. We'll pick those up and those up, and then we'll go on round the corner, see who's around. The herb trader. Ah, oh, I can get some primal spirits from you, can't I?
Come to the right spot, you have.
Let me browse your goods. I want to keep my Gorgrand because I've got that. Let's do fireweed and what else have we got here? Frostweed, right, okay. Let's do all the others. I've got loads of it. Let's try that. And that one. And that one. And that one. There we go. And some just can't or don't find it enjoyable. Yes, that's another factor. Always a pleasure. What can I do for you, love? Fancy a cup of tea? Oh, and we sold some barracuda. Right. What's our trading post doing? Oh, ran into the wall. Any sumptuous fur? Oh, it's at 40. That's a shame. I was going to buy some otherwise. You always enjoy gathering herbs. Oh, thanks for stopping by, ATM Pie. Yes, I think there's something therapeutic with herb gathering. I don't do it myself, but I can see the appeal, definitely. The vast majority of boxers don't craft. They just sell the materials. I guess if you're diversifying and you're crafting and collecting the materials and selling them, then that's probably the win-win if you are so inclined. I wonder, now that I've got so much Gorgon flytrap, whether it's worth mixing up my herbs just to be random ones again. Not sure though. You love to make gold, but the idea of having to micromanage multiple accounts and characters, yeah, that can be the tricky bit. Oh, woken up, cat. Oh, no, turning around to go back to sleep. They lose money by taking time to craft. Oh, yeah, that's true. If you've really got your system set up and that's how you want to do it. Any more? Any more? Right, let's have a look at what we can do. We can't make any more, which is a shame, until I sort out my fur problem, which at the moment is only buying on the trading post until I farm some, which I'm not so inclined to do right now. I do want to carry on with this. You can always auction off the fly trap you don't need. There's a lot of lazy leatherworkers and tailors. Yes, that is true, Hieronymus. Although I do like to stockpile it, because now that I do have a leatherworker and a tailor, it's kind of nice to have them both. Actually, speaking of which, I ought to switch over to Earthen. What I'm going to do is going to head back to the auction house, then I'll switch over to Earthen, because I've only got another sort of 10 minutes or so left on the stream. So yeah, I think I'd better switch over to Earthen and get my leatherworking dailies done and check on his gold situation. He's been selling Drums of Fury, which has been really good for him, and he's just started on his gladiators tailoring journey as well, so that's another thing to do. So multi-boxers combine the crafting whilst having a toon crafting. Yes, I guess you could do that, but that's kind of like dividing your brain power. I certainly couldn't do two different things at once. Good evening, Emery. Thanks for stopping by. Unfortunately, you just caught us at the end of the stream. I'll be finishing up in the next 10 minutes or so, but lovely to have you on board nonetheless. And what I'll do is I'm going to log out of Samadan, log out, and we're going to swap over to Earthen, check his leatherworking, and then wrap it up after that. Nice bits from everyone. Yes, we've had some lovely bits tonight. Thank you, everyone. You've had some really, really nice ones today. So big thank you to all those bits cheerers. And you got a legendary yesterday. Oh, congratulations, ATM. And you just got another legendary off your first world quest. Wow, awesome. Well, that definitely deserves a thumbs up for that one. Fantastic. A lot of farms you can one button macro. Oh, okay, Savorium. I've never done it myself, so that would make sense. Sold another Panther tonight for 30k profit. Well, that sounds good, Emery. Congratulations on that. Those Panthers have been doing really well for you at the moment. Oh, things have frozen a little. Just wait for Mr. Potato to catch up. There we go. We're done. So how are you doing, Earthen, with your leatherworking? Let's have a look. Been crazy selling gems tonight. Someone's reset the market on them. The price doubled. Oh, even better. Make hay while the sun shines. Right, we got some expires. We did sell some Drums of Fury. 30 of those. Okay, mailbox didn't like that. Let's try again. So we got all those. Okay, that's good. Let's open that mail then. Take that gold. And we'll go have a look. Mounts are your favourite thing to sell. Yeah, I've not really been a mount seller myself, especially not crafting ones. But you have to level up the characters, gear up the characters, and keep in mind the camera angle doesn't mess up. Oh, that's for the multi-boxing. Although that in itself is fun, I think. Just doing all the work and learning as you go. I love learning. In as little as you know about multi-boxing before you can do the actual farming, it takes some effort to get there. Yeah, certainly leveling the characters, but then you're doing 5 at once, so probably doesn't seem quite so bad. Daily cooldowns. What have we got? Burnished leather. Yeah, we'll do that. Secrets of Drain or leatherworking. We'll definitely do that. Now, Magnificence of leather. That costs us too much to do, so we won't do that. Hardened Magnificent hide, however, is the one we do need to do to discover a new pattern. So we'll create one of those, and we pick up Waist Guard of Meditation. Okay, let's try this meditation. There we go. Waist Guard of Meditation, that's the one. So what we can do is we'll create one straight away from there. That was quicker. And then go back to that, close that, and then go into our group. That's also your favourite thing to sell. It's just those huge numbers in your mailbox. Yeah, I bet that is really nice. You were here first, so you're the stalker now. That's funny. Groups, leatherworking. We need to add in that gladiators we just made. Leatherworking, gladiators, leather. See, I do like how that's organised as a group more so than my tailoring, which I think is too sporadic. The same with Enchanting. I need to organise that group. I think this looks neater, having a list like that I can go through. Although this is also good, having average ones and good ones, because that is necessary. So we're going to put that one in. Didn't see what the profit was on that one actually. Let's have a look at it in our bags. Don't know which one it was now. Okay, let's just pop these on. Run a post scan. Got 18,000 gold on Earthen now, so he's doing all right with his gold making. Quite pleased with that. So the toughened leg armor, that's going on. That's going on. I haven't done a restock actually. Need to go back and do that. See, all these gladiators have got good prices on them compared to the cloth. The cloth was going for more like 900, whereas these are going for the thousands. So it does seem, if it sells, it does seem a better market. We do need to restock though, so let's see. It's going to be drums, I think, mainly. Hey F Cyberblast, thanks for stopping by the stream. Watch a lot of my gold making videos and you learn a lot about professions. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you found it useful. Right, groups, we're going to go tailoring, restock. What do we say? 72 drums of fury. Right, well that's needed. Although 72 is not taking into account, I think. Is it taking into account the ones I sold? I don't know. But 72 is still worth making because they are selling. So let's make up a whole stack of them. Because we can. Well, thanks for stopping by the stream, Cyberblast. It's good to have you on board. We are actually just going to be finishing up the stream in the next 5 minutes or so. But it's been a good one. I'll always put it on YouTube afterwards. So if you don't catch it today on the VODs, then you can always go back. I'll put it up on YouTube in the day after tomorrow. I'm not trying to be negative about multi-boxing. Before it becomes profitable, you have to put in a lot of work. You could put in, since you're a few weeks off, when you have a project again, start earning gold to pay for the tokens. It becomes like a chore. Yeah, I agree with you, Pointy Gnome. It's down to what you find enjoyable. And if you enjoy the progression of levelling up with that end goal in mind, it's a bit like what I had when I was doing Legion Flying. Having that goal in mind gave me that incentive and that desire to play to get Legion Flying. And I love those little sort of bits of progression I got in time. And I guess if I was going to multi-box, I'd have the same kind of drive and desire to go, right, okay, I want to multi-box. Well, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? And then work at it, you know, break down the problem into steps and then work on those steps. And then for me, that's the fun part in doing all those little steps in succession, knowing that I'm getting towards my goal. Let's do some more. There we go. Where I can see all the crafts coming through. Sometimes it likes to pause. And then we can post all these drums on. Which would be great if they sell. Anyone know if the keystones that complete certain part of archaeology, do they sell? Not a Scooby-Doo Juggernaut. Not an archaeologist myself, but hopefully someone else in chat will be able to help you. I'd like to do archaeology, I just haven't done it yet, along with all the other stuff I haven't done yet. They do sell. Okay, thanks Rasheen. I wish you could craft all those drums at raw beast house, still a bit expensive. I'm lucky on the raw beast hide, I managed to pick some of that up cheap. My problem is the magnificent hide and the exotic leather. That's super expensive. So at least this is a bit of a profit for me. I can at least get those on. And the barding seems to sell. I might up the number of that barding in time. There we go. Someone's hammering the floor over there. Interesting. Right, okay. So I think that is me pretty much done for now. My family's due back in a moment, so I'm going to have to finish up the stream. Just checked and found 170k in sales tonight from the dual crafting. That's awesome, Emery. Congratulations on that. I think that's a big Samadan coins for that one. So thank you everyone for stopping by. It's been a lovely stream, lovely having chats with you all, and thank you for all the bits and the cheers. That's been brilliant, and the follows as well. That's really helped me get towards my target. I'm aiming for 1,000 followers hopefully. We just passed the 500 mark, so we're going to see if we can race straight on to that 1,000 mark. So thank you all for stopping by, and let's see if we can find someone to host. I can't see my Twitch up at the moment, so let's just alt-tab that round. Where's that gone? I haven't got it up, so let me do it the old-fashioned way. Do that one, not that one. Do that one. Bear with me one moment as I sort all this out. Twitch TV. Would be a good time for Shay now. Is Shay on? Let me just scroll that around. There we go. Move that back. Move that on. Who have we got? I'm not seeing any of the regular gold makers on. Well, that's a shame. I can't think of anyone else to pass on the host to. So I think I'll call it a night at that one. But thank you everyone again, and I shall see you when's next stream? What's today? Wednesday, Thursday, 10 PM GMT, maybe a slightly bit earlier. So yeah, it's going to be about an hour from now in 24 hours. So about 25 hours time, I'll be back on streaming, and that'll be a slightly later one. So hopefully I'll catch you then. So thanks again, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and I'll hope to see you next time. Goodbye and farewell.